Let's start with something that sounds offensive, but is actually the most liberating truth in personal finance. Most people are not poor because they don't work hard. They're poor because they're running a low upside financial operating system. And what makes this even more brutal is, many of them are smart. They have degrees, they're disciplined, they show up daily, they've never missed an EMI, they've done everything responsible, and yet their financial life looks like a treadmill, more effort, same anxiety. Here's the real dividing line in 2026, rich versus poor is no longer about intelligence. It's about leverage, not motivation, not hustle, not wake up at 5 a.m. Leverage. And this is where modern rich thinking looks completely different. Because poor thinking isn't stupidity. It's a set of beliefs that silently trap your money inside a limited life. Today I'm going to show you the exact modern difference in thinking, not the cringe, rich mindset, quotes, but the actual mechanics rich people use. And somewhere in this video, I guarantee one thing will happen. You'll realize you've been making one decision repeatedly, a decision that feels smart, but keeps you capped forever. Before we go into the differences, I want you to answer something honestly. If rich thinking is so obvious, why do most disciplined, hardworking people never reach it? Because rich thinking is socially punished. Let me explain. If you say, I want stability, people clap. If you say, I want scale, people quietly judge you. If you say, I don't just want salary, I want ownership, people call you unrealistic. So poor thinking is not natural. It's trained by school systems, family beliefs, fear-based financial advice, institutions that benefit when you stay predictable. So this video is not about insulting anyone. This video is about reprogramming your financial logic. And to keep it real, not philosophical, we'll do it with examples, exact scenarios. Poor thinking says, how do I make more money? Rich thinking says, how do I build a system that makes money without me? That's the whole game. Because if your money depends on your time, you are capped. You can be the hardest worker, the smartest person in the room, the most responsible adult, but your output is limited by 24 hours. Rich people know this early. Time is not wealth. Ownership is wealth. Let's take two people. Person A earns $80,000 a year, works 45 hours a week, saves 20%, invests only safe amounts, feels proud and responsible. Person B earns $50,000 a year, builds a small skill stack, starts creating an asset, a product, content, software, a micro business, reinvests profits. Income becomes disconnected from hours. After 3 years, person A looks richer. After 10 years, person B destroys person A financially. Not because B worked harder, because B built a system that scales. Now the uncomfortable question, if your salary doubled tomorrow, would your life change forever? Or would it just upgrade comfort and upgrade expenses? That one question exposes the operating system. This is the most silent killer. Poor thinking, when I make more money, I'll upgrade life. Rich thinking, when I make more money, I'll buy options. Options mean freedom to quit, freedom to move, freedom to take risks, freedom to say no to exploitation, freedom to invest aggressively when opportunities come. Here's a modern example. You get a raise. Poor thinking, better car, better phone, nicer apartment, new subscriptions. Rich thinking, increase investing SIP. Build emergency fund to 6 to 12 months. Buy time, courses, tools, automation. Build a side asset. Now pause. I want you to check yourself here. Which one feels more deserving? Exactly. Poor thinking feels emotionally satisfying. It rewards pain. Rich thinking feels boring because it rewards strategy. And because it feels boring, most people don't do it. The wealthy don't buy things to feel successful. They buy things to become unbreakable. This one is deadly because it looks responsible. Poor thinking sees money as salary, right pointing arrow, expenses, right pointing arrow, savings, right pointing arrow, repeat. Rich thinking sees money as capital, right pointing arrow, deployment, right pointing arrow, return, right pointing arrow, reinvest, right pointing arrow, scale. Notice the difference. Poor thinking, money is something you hold. Rich thinking, money is something you deploy. And here's the part that shocks smart people. Saving is not wealth. Saving is delay. Savings is necessary, but it is not the end goal. Modern rich people do not ask, how do I save more? They ask, how do I increase my capital base and increase ROI? And ROI doesn't mean only stock market. It includes skill ROI, network ROI, business ROI, content ROI, brand ROI. Because modern wealth isn't created only by investing. It's created by increasing your earning power and turning that earning power into assets. Let me give you the most practical example. If you spend 2 years mastering a high-income skill, copywriting, paid ads, video editing, coding, sales, analytics, that skill can raise your income forever. That is investment. Poor thinking, this course is expensive. Rich thinking, what's the payback period? That shift alone separates broke smart people from wealthy smart people. This is where Tier 1 audiences wake up. Poor thinking, tell me the safest route. Rich thinking, tell me the expected value. Expected value is a concept rich people live by. Example, option 1, stable job. Predictable, low upside. Option 2, side asset. Risky, uncertain, huge upside. Poor thinking avoids option 2 because no guarantee. Rich thinking chooses option 2 when the odds are in their favor. Because rich people understand something the average person doesn't, if the upside is massive, you don't need certainty. You need volume of attempts. That's why entrepreneurs fail multiple times. It's not stupidity, it's mathematics. Poor thinking wants a perfect plan. Rich thinking builds fast feedback loops, fast testing, fast iteration, controlled downside. This is why rich people look fearless. They aren't fearless. They are risk managers. They don't gamble. They structure risk so the loss is small but the upside is insane. Now let's trigger something. If your current life strategy depends on nothing should go wrong, then you're not safe. You're fragile. Rich people build systems that survive chaos. Now we reach the part that will separate your audience. Poor identity, I'm a worker. Rich identity, I'm a builder. Poor identity, I need permission. Rich identity, I create outcomes. Poor identity, I'm trying to be stable. Rich identity, I'm trying to be free. Here's why this matters. The modern economy rewards creators, owners, operators, builders, decision makers, not just workers. A worker is paid for labor. A builder is paid for value. And this is why many people feel stuck even after working hard for years. They never switched their identity. They upgraded their salary, but kept the identity of, I work for money. Instead of, I build assets. And assets can be anything that produces value repeatedly, a course, a channel, a newsletter, an agency, a product, software, real estate, investments. A modern rich person doesn't say, what job do you do? They say, what do you own? That's the real flex now. Now I'm going to give you the sharpest part. These are 9 modern beliefs. If you catch even 3, your financial life changes. 1. Poor, I deserve comfort. Rich, I deserve options. 2. Poor, I need motivation. Rich, I need systems. 3. Poor, I need more income. Rich, I need higher leverage. 4. Poor, I must avoid risk. Rich, I must manage risk. 5. Poor, I should save more. Rich, I should deploy capital. 6. Poor, I hope things improve. Rich, I design outcomes. 7. Poor, I'm late. Rich, I can still compound. 8. Poor, I can't start small. Rich, small is proof. 9. Poor, I need to look successful. Rich, I need to become unbreakable. Now here's the comment trigger, and this will happen automatically. Which of these beliefs did you realize you have? Not the best one, not the one you want, the one you actually run daily. Most people will catch themselves on either comfort, safety, avoid risk, look successful, and when they realize it, they'll comment. Let me end with a truth that most people will never hear. The poor and the rich don't live in different worlds. They live in different models. And your model is not your fault. But after this video, it is your responsibility. Because once you see the difference, you can't unsee it. And in the next video, we're going to expose the most dangerous financial lie ever sold to smart people. The lie that hard work and discipline automatically lead to wealth. It doesn't, not anymore, not in this economy. Only systems do.